All right, I have no idea how this is going to go, but let's get started. Walking Shoes by Tora Tora. You might want to take your B string a little bit south so you can get that major sound. If you're tuned with a digital tuner or by harmonics, it's going to make you a little north. So, yep, like I said, take it down south. I do with my fine tuner here. Just hitting the open G there and the third fret of the B. And I've already taken my B string down a little bit, so I'm going to bring it back up and show you what I'm talking about here. And soon I'll get it tightened up. There. I'm still a little south. I'll have to take it probably a little north still because I'll be out of tune here. Let's hear that's. So if you have a tuning or a floating bridge, I suggest you take it south and bring it up north at your third fret here on the G string and the sixth fret of the B string. Just till you get that fifth to sound right and quit. So you get that major sound right there. All right. Anyway, here we go. So there's kind of a start with the open E. I'm not really gonna. I don't know. Let's just focus on the start. I have to still go. I'll start on an open E and then a muted E, and we'll grab the second fret of the B and the open E. Kind of a C sharp minor. But also, anyway. So the first one, and then it's gonna be like a three triplet. Then we'll do a hammer on the G string and pull back off, also while hitting the B string. We'll come back to the muted E. And we're going to hit the, just once though, and we'll hit the second frets of the G and B. So. Right? And the second one, we're going to do a hammer on again on the G string while hitting the B string also. Instead, we're going to hammer on to the second fret, one on the 0, 1, 2 on G. So. That's that muted E. So instead of, we're going to hammer up to 2. Back to another muted E. The second fret of the B and G again. So and another muted E. I'm going to grab the third fret of the E and pull off. Grab the third fret of the B. Hit that twice, pull off to the open B, and then second fret of G. Nice little half bend. We're going to just do the hammer on the 1 0 1 2 there on G. So mute that E string again. We're going to grab the 3rd fret of B, slide up into the 5th fret while hitting the E string also. Come back and hit the 3rd fret of E, or 3rd fret of B, and the open E. We're going to slide into the 3rd and 4th fret of B and G. 3rd fret of B, 4th fret of G. And the way I play it is with, go back to the 3rd fret of B with the open E, and finish up on the 2nd frets of B and G. Another way you can play that, you slide into that 3rd and 4th fret on the G and B there, well, 4th and 3rd. 3rd frets on B or on G and B. And that E palm mute in there. So and palm mute here. And palm mute. Or the way I play it. E to the 3rd fret of E, back to open E. And this time we're going to go back to the original with the hammering on the 1st fret. So starting out the same way. C sharp back to open E. Same pattern from the beginning. I'm going to grab the 2nd fret of G, pull off the open, 2nd fret of the D, double tap, pull off, 2nd fret of A, same thing, double tap, pull off the open, 3rd fret of E, bend. So what we've got so far is and go back to the beginning again. I'm going to hammer on to that little pattern again. And then just back and forth between them. So let me figure out where I am here. So I'm going to have to start from the top. Stick with me here. Start that one with the hammer on to the 2nd fret. Same way we did before, 2nd fret of B, open E. And we just go to an A5. Whatever's easiest for you, maybe just an open, just an A5. Just A5 chord, open A, 2nd frets on D and G. Grab the G. Grab your 3rd fret of E, mute the A, open D and G, the 3rd frets of B and E. Quit messing around with that B string. So anyway, now a couple ways to play that. We grab all the 2nd frets there on D, G, and B. Open A and open E. And just fret that G string again. I mean, it sounds to me like it's actually a bar chord up here. But whatever's easiest for you. And from then on, it's just back and forth alternating. So we came into that when we're doing the open. So the next one would be just hammering on to the first fret and back to open on G. And back to the hammering up to 2. So I'll try to play it real slow. So I know I'm kind of moving maybe fast, but so. Maybe something else to add in there on the, maybe a little pull off. Change up my seating style here. We'll get into the verse, intro, or whatever, verse, chorus, maybe 2. Grabbing that E5, open E, and second frets on D and G. So in between these, you're going to be putting a palm mute on that E. You can play it single noted if you want. Sounds pretty thin to me. I won't use a single line unless I have to. So start with that open E5. Mute on the E string there. We'll come up here to the 4th fret of the A string. We'll make a C5, C sharp. 4th fret of A, 6th fret of D. And we're going to go between that. We're going to use also the 5th fret, same pattern. And we use a G5 chord also, same pattern. Just on the 3rd fret of the E. So. Alright. And that's how I play it. Put that single fret there on the 5th. Then I hit an open D. And pull off on 4 to 2 on the A string. 3rd fret of E. Open E. Now on this one here, the way I see people, or the way I was taught to play it rather, and the way I see it on the internet, they're hitting a C chord here, so 3rd fret of A, 2nd fret of D, and 3rd fret of G. I guess if you want to add your finger up there on the 4th fret, that's not how I play it. And also before that, you probably do a double tap on muted E5 chord. But again, I don't hear it that way. So the way I play it is with I take that, get rid of that 3rd fret on the A, just play the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd fret of G, and 5th fret of B. And also grab up here, grab the same chord up here if it feels better. Just lay your fingers 7, 8, 9 across the E or A, D, and G strings. Same thing. Of course, up here you can hit the open E too. Get in the verse, I think. I can't think if there might be a, I think there might be a quick open 3, open on E there. Start the verse. Pretty much the same thing. Just same chords from earlier. Power chord on your 4th fret of A, 5th fret of A, 3rd fret of E, open. It's a muted E in between. Now this is pretty quick right here, so the open E and a quick bend on the 3rd fret of G. Quick fret, or G note, but it's the 3rd fret of E. Now an easy way to play it is just to go walk up the blues, going on the open A, 2nd fret of D, walking up the 4th fret of D to the 5th fret of D. The way I play it though is I add the G string in there, the 2nd fret. And then I'll come up here and grab the 4th fret. I got the same finger there on the 5th fret of the D. I'll grab the 4th fret of G. Create that kind of G major. Hear that? You won't notice it though. That's how it sounds on the record to me. And then from here is kind of another quick open A, and a hammer on 3 to 4 on E. 2nd fret of A, and we'll restart our verse. Wrong place there. Start into the pre-chorus, I guess. So. Alright, so we're back into our same thing there. We're going to hit the open D again. We're going to do a pull off on the 4th fret to the 2nd fret of A. To the open E, or open A, open D, pull off 4 to 2 on A, open A. Grab a power chord here on the 2nd fret of A, 4th fret of D, and we'll just 2 taps on that, and I'm going to go open A for a triple. Oh. We're going to open A to the 3rd fret, pull off an A. To the 3rd fret of E. To a power chord on the A. Just one time though. Now there's a little muted thing going on here. I don't think it's tied into this. I think it's something separate, just to accompany the bass maybe, or just to go with the group, or the, you know, thicken it up. But I do a double tap on the E, muted E. And that's just 14th fret of G and B. Bend it up. So up 1. And then just keep it in 12 frets of G and B also. So it'd be like. And then back to the verse, chorus. Oh shit, here we go. This part here makes no sense to me, and I'm probably not playing it to what he had in mind, but this is what I'm hearing, so I'm going to show it to you. So we start off that, and it goes into a bass line there, and then come to an open G. Now there's a delay on here for a few milliseconds, 100 or whatever, I don't know what it is, but so what you're hearing when it's actually just one note, it's just a delay repeating, so it's, but I'll play it like it's just no delay. So first one is open G, harmonic on the 12th fret of G, a couple of full bends here on the 15th fret of E, a little vibrato, then roll your volume down, hit your G and B strings. I may not have hit them very well. Roll your volume in. And again, it'll be the delay doing some work here, but a couple hammer-ons on the 15th to 17th of the B string. Down to 13, 15 hammer-ons. Same string there on the B. And we'll come to, how the hell am I doing there? 15, 17 on B. 13, 15 on B. And we'll come to 14, 16 on G. And down to 12, 14 on G. And then, I don't know what the hell you want to do in there. And then there's a couple somethings in there. And then leading up to the solo again, I really can't hear anything here. It just sounds like. That's what I throw in there though. Bend up on that 14th fret of G. Hit that 12th fret of E. Basically you're just bending that up to here. Anyway, go ahead and get started on the chorus here. Damn, did I have my distortion on that whole time? I don't think so. Anyway, so this starting out, we're going to do it's a triplet shuffle. So it's like. And the last one, the third on the last triplet is a power chord on your 5th fret of G, or D string, I'm sorry. The G note, G chord. 5th fret of D, 7th fret of G. But that triplet part you want to. So if you have to count in your head, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hit a harmonic on the 7th fret of G. A couple bends of the bar if you have it. If not, you don't. All right, so now you can just mute. You can just hit a couple muted. Just hit the muted. Here's what I do. Now that's gonna get fucked up. So 1st fret of B and the E and the open E. Hit those together. Muted. Hit the first one's muted. Leave the open E and B at the end. Alright, so muted, 2nd fret, 1st fret of B, open E, and then hit open E, open B and E together. And slide up to the 3rd fret of B with open E, for 2 there. So slide up 3rd fret of B with open E, down to the 1st fret of B and open E, open E and B, to the 2nd frets of G and B. Right? And slide back in the next little thing here, slide back into the 3rd fret and the open E again. Hit it twice. This time we'll hit the 3rd fret of B and E together. Open B and E. Back to 2nd frets of B and G. Open B and G. 3rd fret of E to open E5. Almost sounds like he does it again. You could just hit a couple muted strings there. Otherwise, you'd have to lead in with that. Sounds about the damn same to me. Open B and G, E5, and we'll hit the open B and G together. Hit your open B and G again. Maybe your D too if you want to. Put your D in there. Probably don't want to get your A in there though. Alright. Now we'll come up here and it's kind of like the chorus. Open double tap on the muted E. 12th frets here on the D, G, and B. And then I go open on the D, G, and B, or whatever I happen to hit at the time. It also hit those harmonics there instead. I prefer the open strings. Alright, and then here we go. Alright, so sliding into the 5th fret of your B string and hitting the E string again. Let me figure out where I'm at here. Alright, yeah. So slide up to the 5th with the open E. You come back down to the 3rd fret of B and the open E. And here's what again, you could just hit the muted strings there. The way I hear it is, so come up here to the 5th fret of B and the open E, and open E, hit those together, and hit open E and B together, and then this one here, kind of a muted 3rd fret of B and E. That 3 to open on B, all while hitting open E together. And we'll slide in here. 4th fret of D, 3rd fret of G. Down 1 fret, same pattern. The 2nd fret, the open G. Fuck that up. That's coming together. And we'll come to open E, to the 3rd fret of E, to the 2nd fret of D. Pull off and hammer back on, not to pluck it. To the 2nd fret of G, 5th fret of D, 4th fret of G. That's a nice harmonic. Now this one here, the starting note, but I'm going to put it differently. I'm going to put it in triplets here, so we're going to go starting on the 14th fret of G. So 1, 2, 3. So pull off there on 14 or 12 on G. Come back to the 14th fret of D for our first set of 3. Next set of 3, it's going to be the 12th fret. Next set of 3 is going to be the 12th fret in G, 12th fret of D, 14th fret of D. So it's a pain in the ass. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Our next set of 3 is going to be 13, 12 on the D string, back to 14 on D string. And our finish there is going to be a 12th fret of G to the 12th, 14th fret of D, back to the 12th fret of G. So last set of 3. So do that, you kind of start it, I think it might be a little bit palm muted. You want to start it with a, starting on that 14th fret of the D. But keep those triplets. So the notes, so start on that 4, and back to them triplets. Ooh, that's a tough one. Alright, I'm going to come here to the 15th fret of E, kind of the same thing. 15th fret of E, pull off, 12. 15th fret of B, pull off. I'll double tap there. Pull off 12 there, and we'll come to 14th for a little bend. 14th on G. Up to the 12 of B, to the 15 of B, and then back to 12. And that's it, and put a little bend on that. It'll get you started on the next Alright, we'll come here to the 15th fret of E, 13th fret of D. It's a little half bend. The 15th fret of B, the 14th fret of D, G, and 12th fret of G, to the 13th fret of G, to the 14th fret of D, back to the 12th fret of G, to the 15th fret of B. Finishing on the open G string. And go back to the verse. Yeah, so triplets, and I think that's what, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. One more thing, as I switch it up here again. In that triplet part opening, hopefully you'll catch on that shuffle there, triplet shuffle. But at some point there, he brings out either his palm or his finger across the strings there. So it's, there's a little bit of. Yeah, something like that. Or just leave it out. You may not even hear it. Turns of the chorus there, and it's back to the beginning. Well, that's exactly the same. Actually, I don't know if I've ever worked out the ending. Start started out the same way, just using the open. 0, open to first fret, back open. Yeah, do it the same way. It just starts here. It kind of starts here though. Yep. And just here, you just grab the 3rd fret, and it might go back and forth. Nah. Play it with the 3rd fret on the B there. Open E. 2nd fret's a B and G. Again. Maybe put some bends on that. And then open, 3, open on E again. And back to the same. And then here we go, pull off on a G string. And then he drops an E in there too. You'll have to listen to that. Same as the beginning. Ooh, shit, that might be it.